and which is a very standard line. If you've ever, my name is Barry Rayfield, and my interest is in a particular offshoot of the whole environmental thing called zero energy. And it's not much discussed. There isn't much of it in this country, although the British have committed themselves to zero, what they call net carbon, zero net carbon. And they're committed to that in 2016. That any new house built in Britain from that date forward must be net zero carbon, no emissions. Environment. And time and time again, studies have shown that people are just totally not interested in the environment when it comes to their homes, and buildings, which produce 40% of the emissions. And you know, they're interested in the price, the size of the building. They're interested in the granite countertops. And so there's no demand pull for this at all. And so I have to believe that the story that I read a few weeks ago of a polar bear being sighted 150 miles from land is just a harbinger of things to come, and the end is closer than Al Gore's 10,000 square foot home. I have no organizational abilities or anything like that, just I think quite a wealth of information on this particular topic.
I was about to ask you, what your goals are in your zero energy.
Well, I have a website called Zero Energy Intelligence, and I'm a journalist, but this is my advocacy part, which is to promote zero energy. I would like to see what the British have, which is the no new house after 2016. I don't know why people are picking 2015 and 16 all over the world.
I can tell you why. Because Jim Hansen, who's the head of NASA, and who's considered our foremost climatologist, has said that we have about 7 or 8 years to turn around, not just stop emitting, but to reduce the amount of CO2 in the air from 387 parts per million to 350 parts per million. And just to give you some scale of that, before the Industrial Revolution, it was 250 parts per million. It goes up by 1.5 to 2 parts per million every year. And we have to stop sending it up, bringing it down. That will be like an Apollo project.
Yes.
And I think Obama can do it. That's why I want to get back to the other. But that's why they talk about 2015.
When we say it's an Apollo project, I think what the Obama campaign has really taught us, and I think a lot of us have been in this since the spring of 2007, it has been amazing what we can do from local people, grassroots people, and that's what I'm hoping for from the environment. It has really taught me what I'm capable as a person. You were talking about what they're doing over in Great Britain. One thing that they have over there is in every house they can monitor, you probably know more about this, they can monitor every appliance, and they're surprised at where their electricity goes. And once they use this, they're able to significantly cut down on individual usage of it. I think there's so much that we could train even our local people and give workshops on. Say his name again. Chu is developing polymers where you can paint them on the window instead of
solar energy.
Instead of installing panels.
Yeah, right.
There are so many things that we can start to grab now, but it really needs people. It needs energy. I think it needs us. So it's that hands-on piece that I'm interested in.
You know, I just walked in and I got very excited when you were talking about how people can do things locally in their buildings. Yeah. I happen to be on the co-op council of this middle-income project. Penn South, there's like 15 buildings in Chelsea. And a co-op council, we're having a lobby meeting, oh, Nancy Dorn. We're having a lobby meeting January 8th, and it's usually just a social to get people to feel more part of a community. These are double buildings. And we decided that what we are going to emphasize, besides the social and the eating, is what they like about Penn South. But then the question would be, what are you doing, what would you like to know, or what are you doing to help the energy situation in your own apartment? And we were just going to try to get it from them, but I had no real facts myself, besides the bulbs. We're really pushing those bulbs, okay? So I'd love to get, you know, your website and have the information, because I do resources when they come in of just what's in the neighborhood, but I would do resources on what we can do.
I'm pushing against those bulbs. They have mercury in
Are
them,
you?
and
Are you?
Right.
we are moving, we are leapfrogging into light-emitting diodes, and they are here, and they are incredible, the greatest technology, one of the greatest technologies, and that's where you should just go. GE, after 130 years, since Thomas Edison has given up on incandescent bulbs, that's a major achievement just last week, and they are putting all their money now, research, into organic and the other types of light-emitting diodes for their research. And there's some pretty good bulbs around. They're very expensive, but the world outside of this country has committed itself to removing 6 hazardous substances from the earth, from usage, and mercury is one of them. And you put all those compact fluorescent bulbs eventually in a landfill or somewhere, you just can't recirculate them. So they,
Okay,
Ron, would you be
okay,
willing
we
to
have
vary-
4,000 people, so that's
The
interesting.
kind of socket for the dot.
no, they've done from day one. Day one, they put them all,
And
just
does
screw them
everyone
in.
know that even in the interim that you can recycle CFLs at Home Depot?
Yes, they do.
Just, you know.
What are CFLs?
Compact fluorescents.
Oh,
Yeah.
Barry, can we use, would you volunteer to be the information source for this group?
Sure, on this subject.
Does everybody agree with that?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you know anything about the houses Brad Pitt is building down in New Orleans? How green they are?
No, I haven't followed it. Is he working with Habitat for Humanity?
Yeah.
I just know he was on Larry King this week,
He's got his own
and he
word
said
saying, right.
Build right now.
he said they are the highest level of LEED certified.
Well, I have misgivings about LEED. You can attain a platinum, which is the highest ranking in LEED, without becoming a zero energy home. In fact, you don't even have to be particularly energy efficient to LEED. You get 96 points will get you a LEED platinum, and that's without any of the energy. And and the problems with the LEED and the other rating systems in the United States, we're really so far behind Germany, Britain, and Japan that these systems just don't really take into account energy efficiency as much as they should.
I'd like to make this group work together. Are you all interested in doing that?
Yeah.
Sure.
I have a very specific issue, and I've been thinking about it for so long, and I'm really
you.
pleased to have somewhere to discuss it. Everybody is doing a great job talking about things that are really more individual, you know, our building, what individuals can do. But I wish that there were some way nationally to get buildings or organizations to stop heating their places so much in the winter. You know, you have to sort of strip off your clothes when you walk into even the post office or the department store, an apartment building. Just think of the energy that's being wasted. And then what happens is in the summer, it's so cold. Now this is absurd. They all leave their doors open. This is, yeah, in my building also, they have the heat on at night, so you wake up sweating. And then it's cold during the day, but it's always so hot also that people have their windows open. But I'm thinking really about public buildings, which are huge and must be using enormous amounts of energy.
Supermarket.
What do you think, what could be done about that? Can that be legislated?
That's part of the refitting thing.
Legislation is difficult because in the realm of buildings, each state is very possessive about it. And it's one of those non-national issues. Every state has its own rules and regulations, codes, and most of them are quite primitive. And so to get anywhere, it would be nice to have something really socialistic on that issue.